Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing great. Got a story out of the news. It's about a payment scam app, and this one is about Zelle scamming thousands of people. So we're gonna read this, we're gonna go into it, we'll give a little talk. Here we go. It's entitled Bank of America Customer Loses Thousands After Being Tricked by Zelle Scammers with Personal Info. And I want you to understand that these scams are happening in other payment apps too. We're gonna highlight this one. Think about how you're doing your things, you're handling your payment apps, and help yourself take care of your security, okay? So here we go. It's not only security in the app, but it's also security in your mind too, because of how you deal with scammers. It says, in a widespread scam, bank imposters are tricking people into sending them money with Zelle, the popular quick payment app. The scam has been going on across the country for more than a year. Again, if you don't use Zelle, but you use something else, listen to this, very important info. It says now more people are coming forward. Among the latest is a San Francisco man who says the imposters knew all of his banking information, which led him into the trap. He said the shock was more than he could handle. He said he couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe it that he lost $3,500 of his own money. All right, they actually pulled this off. That's just how much he lost in an instant back in June. He says it happened while he was busy at work managing shipping at the time when companies are trying to unclog the supply chain. I got a call from Bank of America, he said, using air quotes, as he said the bank name. All right, so these obviously people were not from his bank. At the time, he thought it was really his bank. The irony here is the imposters told him scammers had charged his Zelle account to send themselves money. In fact, that is exactly what the imposters themselves were doing. Thousands of dollars were gone in an instant. A woman on the phone said someone was transferring $3,500 out of his bank account. Was he authorizing it? So how many times have you guys gotten a call like that where some suspicious activity comes through and you get a notification? Now, honestly, the way banks do it and payment apps is they do it through notifications on your phone. They do not call you personally. I have had someone call me personally. I immediately raced down to the bank. I said, okay, hold on, let me call you right back. I ran down to the bank. So I'll tell you that story in a second. So, because it was actually the right person. So hold on to the end of the video. We'll tell you that story. So he said, no, that's not me. Go ahead and cancel it. And he said, let me get back to my work. So he just told them, cancel it, right? So they called him up and said, hey, we're Bank of America. There's some people trying to send, they're saying that you're sending the money through Zelle. What do I do? And he says, cancel it. Let me get back to work. But the woman said he had to quickly reverse the transaction or he'd lose his money. So he said, so I started to, red flags. Red flags are popping up in his head. So I Googled the number that was calling me. He said a Google search showed the caller ID on his phone was a real B of A phone number. Then a man came on the phone, supposedly the woman's supervisor. Now think about this. This guy was smart enough to immediately go, boom, quick Google search, let me check this, and it actually popped up as a B of A phone number, okay? So this guy's doing what you would think everything right, okay? Then a guy comes on saying that he's the supervisor. The gentleman on the phone, Carasota is his name, said he kept quizzing the man, trying to determine if he was really a banker. I thought I was outsmarting them. Carasota recalls, I usually don't make customer service reps answer all those questions, but I was suspicious. He said the man answered all the questions correctly. He knew my debit card number, my checking account, my account number, my cell phone number, and address. So he had all this stuff right in front of him. And that is another thing that very smart people would do. They're like, hey, wait a minute. I want to know if you are who you say you are, so I want you to know information about me. However, the man did answer vaguely when asked how long Carasota was a bank customer. Ooh, that's a good one. He said he'd been there 10 years. The man told him someone had linked Eduardo's cell phone number to their own Zelle account. Eduardo's his first name, sorry. So someone had linked Eduardo's cell phone number to their Zelle account and was using it to transfer $3,500 out of his account. He had to change the number back. The irony was that exactly what the imposters themselves were about to do. Zelle works by registering either a phone number or email to receive money in an instant Critics say that single factor plus the speed of transfers and the fact that they can't be reversed make it too easy for scammers to steal money with Zelle. Look, I'm not going to read this whole article. I'm going to link it below because I think it is absolutely important for you to read. And the reason why is because it doesn't only happen with Zelle, okay? The same scam can happen with any of these other third-party apps just about, okay? So first off, what do you need to do? You need to secure your information well. You need to go into your security settings in these apps and button them up. All right. You also have to be prepared. Like this gentleman was asking good, solid questions, right? And right there, he asked that key question when something didn't seem right. How long have I been at the bank, right? And they should know that. They should be able to find that out. The story about me, I'm gonna throw my sunglasses on, it's a little bright, was I got a phone call from my local bank wanting all this information from me for a money deal that I had been going through. And I didn't like the questions. They were probing personal questions. I did not like it at all. And I thought it was actually a scammer trying to get information about me to be able to pull off a scam. Because they were financial questions that could be like security questions, right? So I immediately said, hey, can you hold on? The baby's crying, came up with some excuse. I'll call you right back or call me right back in 10 minutes. I zipped straight down to my local bank. And I started going around because they said it was someone from my local bank. And I don't know everybody's name at my local bank. I found the person calling, and indeed, it was that person. And I said, why are you calling me with all these questions? And she told me it was because of a red flag or a SARS report that had popped up, and they were making sure that I wasn't being scammed, so they needed all this information. And I said, that is the kind of thing you should call me and have me come down in person. That's a big deal. And she completely understood, and she goes, man, I don't like my job. Honestly, I think this is so out of normal. And I explained to her, well, this is sort of what I do. I cover these kind of things on my YouTube channel. And but I want to tell you that you have to be very inquisitive. You have to have your security protocols. If you can, have two-factor authentication on your apps. It's very, very important. So anyway, I wanted to bring you this story. Go and take a look at it below because it's a very interesting story on how people are getting scammed. And I want you to be smarter, all right? I want people to share these videos because people need to stop getting scammed. I hate scammers. Can't stand thieves. All right, with that being said, guys, I appreciate your time. The Economic Ninja is out.